Welcome to Mi-Soul, Mega Jawns, who actually is Will, from West Philadelphia, born and raised, and Will. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, what's good, going on, man?
Good, nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
First of all, how did you guys meet?
Shall I take this one?
Oh, sure.
Okay, well, we were introduced by a mutual friend. I used to run a record label many years ago, and we worked together over here in the UK. He's one of those kind of catalysts who goes, you have to meet this guy. Like, you guys need to work together. And several years later, we eventually did, and worked remotely. And on the strength of that, I kind of got on a plane and went out to Philly, and we made an album.
And your version of that is?
Well, what he didn't tell you is that we met 3 months ago. 3 months?
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
And we made the album in 7 days. That's like, we met, and we're like, right, let's make an LP. And we did.
Yeah, because that's the story I heard. I heard that you met, and then I think it was a couple of days or a day later, you went in the studio and you actually began laying down this album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the second day. We literally met at the airport for the first time, and then went home and drank a bunch of whiskey, and then got up the next day and started making an album.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So prior to that, had you spoken on the phone or email
Once.
Once.
We talked online.
Yeah.
A little bit, Facebook messaging and everything, but we really did not know each other.
Okay.
At all.
No.
So going into the studio and not knowing each other, what was that like, trying to work together and not actually knowing how each other were?
It was surprisingly easy.
Mm.
It still shocks me to this moment. It's like, because, you have several collaborations over the years. I don't believe I can think of that word. We have several collaborations over the years with different people, and it works. It works at certain levels, and doesn't work, whatever. As soon as I met this dude, it was like, this works. Instant. It was really nice.
I think both of us have kind of reached that point of kind of thinking, probably never going to find that perfect marriage musically, of kind of like, the things that you can't do, someone else fills in the gaps, and you don't cross over at all. And within probably 4 hours in the studio, it's just like, this is, we knew it was going to be good, but it was kind of like, this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is what we do now.
Yeah, through the process, it was like, well, these are songs. This is a solid project, and it was a little scary, actually.
Mm.
So musically, what were your backgrounds musically prior to meeting?
Well, I come from an electronic music background. Been making deep house music for about 10 years, as well as other stuff, but mainly I'm kind of, I guess I'm known for that.
My background is, I'm a player, I'm a singer, I'm like in bands, like in the smooth jazz and contemporary jazz and the soul scene in the US. I tour with all the kind of like top acts in that game.
So do you actually play instruments as
Yeah.
well? What instruments?
I'm a keyboard player and a singer.
You harmonise and vocals
all
and
of
keys.
Yeah.
Okay. So that sort of like fits in quite perfectly with the electronic stuff that you were doing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's always, I think, when you are an electronic producer working on your own, there's always that moment you get to where you're like, I want to get a vocalist in, I want to get a keyboard solo on this, and obviously your abilities.
You can't beat live keys.
Yeah,
Or drums.
exactly. And that's the thing, being in the studio, in that studio environment where the track is laid, and we can finish it, straight away then and there. It just means that the energy just keeps rolling. It's a lovely thing.
Yeah, and we really complement each other as far as, like, he has an understanding of sounds and finishing the thing, and I don't care about that at all. Like, this is the song, and I go away. You know what I mean? That's really the issue.
Because we're very lucky to have you here, though. Because were you out in France or?
We've just come back from Spain.
Spain.
We landed at about 3:30 this morning.
Okay.
And, it's our
So
first.
you've had no sleep and you've come straight here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, it's our first little mini tour. We just did a few a few shows for friends, a couple of beach parties over there, and just kind of got the live show tight, and it's been a lot of fun. And the reaction's been probably even better than we expected.
I mean, the album's pretty decent, actually. I quite like the album. There's one track in particular from track 2. Joy. Yeah, some great vocals on Joy.
Thank you.
I mean, is that released as a single? Or?
It's out now, actually.
It's out now as a single, is it? Yeah. And the album's due out when?
September 22nd.
Yeah.
Get that date right.
September 22nd.
September 22nd.
So how did you get involved with BBE Records? Because, I mean, you had your own label, so you could have done it yourself.
Exactly. Well, it's actually, I mean, during the process of making the album, I think we initially thought we'd put a few tracks together and maybe put it out on my label. And I think about halfway through, we both kind of went, "This is bigger than that." And we actually sent it to one of your DJs, a gentleman known as Martin Lodge.
Oh, Lodgy. Okay.
Yeah, he's been a friend of mine for many years.
He never gave it to me. He kept it really quiet.
Yeah. And he immediately passed it on to Lee at BBE, and the rest is history.
It's the perfect label for the album, to be honest. I think so.
And there's not a lot of labels, around who these days who would probably be open-minded enough, because it's not sitting in a genre box. It's not something you can place in that kind of, it's not straight house, it's not straight soul. It's got all of that in it. But yeah.
I was going to say, because no two tracks are the same
Exactly.
on the album.
No.
Which is what I like about it.
Yeah.
Everything's different. So every time you hear something, you think, wow, I didn't expect to hear that.
Yeah, because we're going for music, period.
So that was a conscious decision to make two tracks.
It was a conscious decision, but it happened organically. It happened naturally. Like, it really just, this is not, and we just went with it. Because a lot of times when you're making a record, making music, it's like, let's think about this market, let's think about this genre, and blah, 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 blah. And we decided that let's just make music, and whatever happens, happens. And I think it really worked.
So you've been playing in Spain, and you're here now. You got any gigs here planned for the UK, or is anything in the future?
Well, definitely in the future, but unfortunately this man has to go home to the family tomorrow morning.
So you're going tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Back to Philly?
Yeah.
Are you a Phillies fan?
Yes.
Okay. I'll support your local team. And when you're in the UK, you've got to support Chelsea, yeah?
Yes.
Right, as long as you're with this man, just stay close. Stay close and match day.
But you're going to come back and do some live stuff in the UK?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think at the moment the sort of the plan is, because it's a very new project, very new act, is to kind of start to build traction, and that's the next stage really.
And can I safely say that you guys are already planning to album number 2, or are you going to let this one?
Very, very safely let it start. Very safely.
We can't stop.
Yeah, we
You're
can't stop.
going to keep that momentum going.
Absolutely.
I mean, essentially, I came back out after the record was made to shoot some videos and to kind of
Get
do
pictures.
some other bits, take some press pictures, and we couldn't help ourselves. We ended up making another 12 tracks.
13.
30, yeah.
So you've already got that second album made, then basically just needs a bit of mastering, and we're done.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
You're going to come back in and talk to us about that one as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah.
Great. Mega Jawns, thank you for coming in.
Pleasure.
You give